Hi everyone, I'm Jamie, a product manager here at Ouriginal by Turnitin. Welcome to the training video for the new Ouriginal analysis report. This will give you an overview of the new report and some of the main functionalities that have been delivered with the latest release. We'll start off by giving you a quick summary in terms of why we wanted to bring this release to you and why we wanted to improve the existing analysis report. Our main objective was to ensure our users had the best ability to customize their experience while viewing the analysis report. When you view the report for the first time, you'll be presented with the Overview tab. This is very much a summary of the report. At the top of the page, you'll see we've got different tabs. This is your main navigation through the report interface. Throughout the report, you'll see some information around the submission itself and the submitter. And we include the submitter name, email address, the percentage similarity of the submitted work, the number of words, date of the submission, and the submission ID. And moving slightly down through the report, we can see at a high level a summary of the number of pages within the document that were flagged by Ouriginal. And you'll see here each of these bars represents the pages in which we've detected similarity to a source or a potential issue or warning in the submitted document. Further down the Overview tab, you'll see we've got two additional components. The first one being the findings component, and in here, this is very much a roll-up of what our analysis found from that document. For example, here, we found 15 segments of matching text. We also identified 2 warnings within the document. Moving across to the right-hand side, we've got the similarity component, and this view changes depending on the number of submissions that have been received by that particular teacher or receiver. You can see the group average just below the current submission. And then finally, on the right-hand side, you've got the submitter average, where we can pull the analysis together to show you what the average similarity percentage is for that student. From the findings component, you can actually click on the 15 matches. And what happens here is this will take you through to the next tab, which is the findings tab. The findings tab gives you a breakdown of all the matches that we've detected, and it provides you with an interface to navigate through them. What you'll see on the left-hand side is an extract from the submitted document, and then on the right-hand side, you have the actual source that has been matched against. In this example, the first match is from a source in the original archive, in this case from a different school or institution, and this means that you aren't permitted to show the matching text itself. If we look at match number 7, we can see that this is an online source, which is a clickable URL to the source itself. As you can see, we are here permitted to show the actual matching text. We also provide some metadata around the match, for example, when it was added to our database. And in both of the mentioned matches and all other matches in this report, we show 2 different percentages. The percentage to the left shows how much this match impacts the overall similarity percentage in the report, and the one to the right shows the percentage of matching text for the specific block. On the right-hand side, we've got alternative sources. Now, by default, Ouriginal will highlight the most prominent match. This is the match that we deem most relevant out of this submitted work based on our algorithms. For example, you might have some specific reading materials for students whereby you want to change out the source that we matched against, or like in this example, the teacher might want to switch to the level 2 source here, which is a match against a Wikipedia article. Any changes that you make here will be reflective instantly in the report. The other option on the right-hand side is to exclude the match completely. And once we exclude that match, it's removed from the analysis. For example, when we exclude this particular match, still number 1, we will see that the newly included Wikipedia article is the new match. And if we exclude this one also, we can see that the overall similarity percentage goes down, again, as mentioned before, reflected instantly in your analysis report. Next, we'll take a look at the Sources tab. You can access this tab by the top navigation, and it includes a list of all the sources that we've identified in the process of analysing the submitted document. We summarise the number of matches to each source and include the percentage match for the source, as well as a link out to the previous page where you can actually navigate directly to that source. To the right-hand side of this page, we have a visual representation of where matches have occurred in the document. And at the very bottom of this page, we've got the option for you to add a missing source. And what this allows you to do is, if you know that a particular source has been used or a particular piece of content has been used by students, you can add it in there and exclude it and include it, in the original database. Please note, any URL added here will not be pulled into the current analysis, and there are other things to clarify in that we aren't able to crawl every single URL that's been added due to limitations and restrictions in place from some content providers and internet sites. If we now move on to the document tab, this tab essentially brings everything together in one place for you. The document tab pulls all pieces together and gives you a holistic view of the document that was submitted, as well as all of the findings, sources, and matches that we've detected through our analysis. On the left-hand side, this is the submitted work compared to the sources that were matched to on the right-hand side. We've got a range of different colors to help distinguish between the different matches. If you see yellow in the document, the yellow highlight shows you all of the matching text between the submitted document and the matched source. A red highlight is used to show where some of the submitted text has been deleted prior to submitting. For example, in an attempt to paraphrase, we would see the red highlight. When quotes are used in the document, they're going to be highlighted in gray. And then finally, the light blue shows you any brackets that have been included in the submitted work, and purple informs you of any suspiciously long words or if any suspicious characters have been found in the document. On the sources tab, we also have two separate views, one of which is findings and the second is sources. In the findings sections, you'll see a breakdown of how many match occurrences there were to a certain source within the document. And again, you can see here similar functionality to what we had on the sources tab, where you can exclude the match if you deem it irrelevant or is not appropriate for the submission. And we also show you all of the individual matches broken down versus one large extract of text. If we then take a look on the sources view, again, very similar to the sources tab, this gives you the view in line with the submitted document, and you can see here the primary sources. If we then move across to the sources filter at the far right-hand side, we've got the option here to change the type of sources that we include in the analysis. Okay, so that's a very high-level summary. So now we're going to take a look at some of the options that you have to customize the report and make various other changes to your interface. At the top right-hand corner of the page, we have three additional options. The first one is to refresh the report to have it reset to the default state it was when first viewed. So this is regardless of any changes that were made to the interface, any exclusions of sources, and so on. The download option enables you to download an HTML version of the report. And the last option in this section here is the share option. So when we click on the share option, you can simply enter the email address of the individual that you wish to share the report with, and we'll send them a link to access the report. Finally, in the top right-hand corner, we've got the main options. The first of which is to allow you to configure the items that we've previously discussed in this video, including brackets, parentheses, and quotes, but also allowing you to toggle text differences and the grouping of sources. You've got a few other options here as well, one of which is a guided tour, which gives you a brief walkthrough of the report. The next option is to export the report to PDF, and we've got a link to a comprehensive user guide. We also have access to support, and we've got the option here to change the language within the analysis report interface itself, should you wish to change to a different language. That's all, folks. Hopefully this video was helpful in giving you a snapshot and an overview of the new analysis report, as well as its core functionalities. Thank you for watching.